there will always be a need for forgiveness in marriage, even if someone accidentally
Right.
offends you. But try not to add those offenses on.
Right.
So, just think of your partner as your teammate. Think that you gotta constantly tell yourself
Think of
they're
them as
not against
yourself.
me. They're not against me because you're
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so if you wouldn't say that to yourself, then don't say it to your spouse. And if you would say it to yourself, you need some
But this
deliverance.
is the problem, though. We have to get out of that desire to I want to hurt you. And a lot of people have that, especially if you grew up in toxic hood environments where you say the worst things to people, you cut them deep, and me, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words would never hurt me. That we was brought up on that. That is so far from the truth.
Yeah.
The Bible says life and death is in the power of the tongue. Those who love it will eat the fruit thereof. There's so much you can curse your spouse with certain things you saying.
And then you want intimacy hours later, and
Boom.
intimacy starts when you wake up in the morning with good morning.
For women, that's how it starts.
Yeah.
For us, we ain't tripping.
Yeah,
but
you probably won't care what I said at the end of the night if I
Right.
give you. But for me, he was a little harsh with his words. So
Yeah.
you don't want to add to your spouse's. And I was dealing with offense anyway, just being
You
offended.
got stuffy nose.
Yeah, a little bit, and I don't have to chew it.
No, fine.
But and so so he would say things, and then I would hold offenses. So it was just like, it was a mess, right? So don't hold offenses, but also try not to say horrible things to your spouse.
Right.
So they won't have to fight that unforgiveness all the time.
Yeah.
You want to think of them as, how can we solve this and get over it so it doesn't happen again? But then if it keeps happening, then you also have to say to yourself, especially if it's not infidelity, you have to say to yourself, are they really doing this on purpose to hurt me or annoy me? Or is this just a character flaw? They're unorganized, or they're snappy. Whatever the case may be, you have to start taking stuff to God so that you're not nagging your partner.
But see, that goes back to what we would have done, like before marriage. Get healed. Because when you speaking harshly or when you attacking, like how I was in the beginning of our marriage, I was so hurt, so triggered, so traumatized, not trusting of women. So I think the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, right? And guard your heart with all diligence, because from it flows the issues of life. So what was coming out of my heart, out of my mouth, was what was coming out of my heart, which was, my heart was tainted. My heart was wounded.
Yeah.
And so it would show in how I would speak to you. And so I think that goes back to getting healed, because if you have a healed heart before the Lord, if you allow God to heal you, to get that vitriol out of your heart, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me, you won't have to try not to say harmful things. That would be the furthest thing from your mind. Yeah. Because that won't be in your heart. I think a lot of times we focus on, attempting to do certain things or follow certain rules or keep certain guidelines, but it's like, if I don't say it, but that's in my heart towards you, it's just as bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like just the Lord said, if we look upon a woman lustfully with her in our heart, we've committed adultery, right? And if you say, rakah to your brother, he compared that to the same as having murder in your heart.
And everybody has different issues too.
Right.
Because that was not my issue. And I've always been like that since young. Now my mouth was ruthless if I didn't know you. But for like friends and family, I've always in that way been gracious, where I don't say things that I regret to people I love.
Right.
I've never been grow
up like that.
No,
either.
I grew up.
You didn't grow up with people saying
bad things. No, my parents encouraged me.
Things to you, and unfortunately, I experienced a lot of that growing up. Not only from just other children, but adults.
But I
saying
also
stuff to me.
was an internal person too,
Yeah,
which I can be more self-damaging
right.
than outward. Which people who are outward, I kind of that deal with their trauma like they explode. I kind of admire that more because at least they're getting it out.
Yeah.
Inward people, you can be
And it takes
self-destructive.
longer for you to get deliverance because it's not
It's
outwardly
very-
seen, so nobody can address it. Oh, you're dealing with this,
So
this,
I
and
would
this, and
eat
this.
and have
Overeating,
depression.
depression.
Yes. So because I'm not
yeah.
an outward, and you have to like really, really, with friends and family, you would have to really do something to me to really express myself to friends and
Right.
family. But to people in the world, I can say some stuff where you'd be like, "Where did you get that from?"
Don't be bragging about your
But I'm
nasty
delivered.
tongue.
No, I'm delivered now. But I'm just saying, even like friends are like, "You got in an argument at work, you?" And I'm like, "Y'all don't know. I don't give y'all that. I
Right.
give the smoke is for strangers."
Right.
So he didn't really expect. I probably said maybe like
You said a
in
couple
our-
things.
I was gonna say in
said a
our
couple
marriage, I probably said maybe 3, maybe 2 just horrible things. And that was in the
Yeah.
beginning, like the first year, and it never happened again.
I only said about that too, but I just said it over and over again all the time when I was angry, hurt,
Yeah.
drunk.
Yeah, he would just say
Disclaimer, it'll be 7 years sober in September too, by the way.
yes.
Yeah, so
So he used to drink on and off, and he would say mean thing. He would cuss me out a lot. But that was in the beginning. And I hate to say that because
Let it be known.
you know